Hello and welcome to this new video. Today we are going to talk about a question that has been sent in by Teresa through Instagram, and she wanted to know how to grab a color grade from an image that you really like and how to apply it to your image. And I think that's a great topic. But before I show you the technique on how to actually grab the color grade and how to manually and in a very controlled manner put it onto your own image, I want to talk about how to actually find great gradings and what kind of inspiration you should be looking for. So of course, it's a great idea to look for published work on photographers' websites and to follow the styles and the people that you really like. But if you want to find new inspiration, there's a really cool source on the website called models.com. For those of you who don't know it, it's a collection of published work from around the world. And let's just jump over to Safari and take a look. So this is the website, and the front page looks like that. And it actually has a lot more under the surface. So if you want to click on updates, you can see that it features magazine covers and editorial work, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. And so if you want to check out magazine covers, you can see that it features all the latest covers from the magazines around the world. And if there's some gray ones, that just means that those have not yet been published. And you can just scroll down and see that it features the top-notch work of all the major magazines worldwide. And you can just click one, check it out, and of course you can download it, open up in Photoshop and analyze the colors and analyze the harmonies, analyze the lighting, whatever you're interested in. For this demonstration, of course, I'm not allowed to use these images in my videos. But therefore, I asked my friend Per Florian Appelgren if he can provide us with a few of his images, and of course he said yes. And so thank you very much, Per. But we're going to get to that a little later. First, I want to also show you that it has this editorial section where you can browse all the latest editorials, and it's just a phenomenal bunch of great images that you can browse through and find inspiration for your project, for your gradings, for your client work, for whatever you're up to do. So just check it out, and I want to show you what we will be working on with today. And let's just quickly go to Per's website, and I want to show you what kind of images we will be analyzing today. By all the great work that Per has, it was not so easy to pick two, but I found this one here very, very beautiful. I love the shot. I love the colors, the muted colors. I love the light situation and everything about this image. So this is going to be one, and the other one is this nice image. It has this amazing grade, and it has beautiful colors and a beautiful composition. And that being said, we are jumping over to Photoshop, and here you can see the image that we will be working on today and the inspiration. And on the left side, this is an image from our recent fashion campaign for Elle magazine, where we had this nice outdoor camping series. And this has also been featured in one of my latest Capture One webinars, where I am showing you how to color grade this image. You can find that on my YouTube channel in the playlist Capture One webinars. So feel free to check it out. It's a lot of fun, and I'm thrilled what you think about that. So this is the raw shot as is, no adjustments made, from Capture One, and this is the source file that we are working on. And I want to show you now how to actually grab the grade and how to degrade that image. There's also a feature in Photoshop which is called auto color that you could use to try out, and therefore you go to image, auto color, and what it does, it tries to find how the image might have looked without the grade. But this is something that you, once you do it, cannot apply to another image. So this is an automated action that gets you a result for this very image, but you cannot transfer it to another one. And the thing that you can do is grab a threshold adjustment layer, throw it over the image, move the slider all the way to the left, use your arrow keys to move up until you see a black cluster of color appearing, and choose the one that comes up first. So this is probably the darkest spot in the image. And then you can use the eyedropper tool, pushing the I button and holding Shift and click next into this black area. So you have the one for the dark spot. What we want to find now is the lightest area. And we're moving this slider all the way to the left, but there was the font, so we are not looking for this. We're looking for the first that is going to appear from the original image. And this seems to be here. I guess that was one of those waves, so we put it with Shift another point here. And then we can remove the threshold adjustment layer, and we then can use a curve. And here we have these color picker or color picker tools, and we're gonna search the one for the black. If you double click it, you can see that it's set to 0, so it's the darkest spot in the image. And we are gonna define this spot by clicking here to be the darkest spot, and then we are also checking this for the lightest spot in the image. And by doing so, you can see that it alters the image in a way that it looks much more like it is the realistic scene. What we can do now is to in addition to the darkest and the light spots, search for the midtone. And we do that by putting a solid color layer with 50% gray and set it to difference blend mode. And again, we are throwing a threshold layer on top. And you can see that it only features half of the tonal range, and then we can move up and look for the black cluster, and I find that we should be taking this one here, and we can remove those again, but it's not necessary right that it works, so the midtone one is a bit tricky. And let's see, we take the midtone, and it's just a very tiny adjustment. So actually now we have a curve that degrades that image, and we are going to call it degrade. There's one thing that we need to do now. We are doubling this curve, and we are going to call it grade 1. And the thing we have to do now is to invert the curves. We do that by picking the red channel. You can use the plus key to find the first point on the curve, and it's a basic thing that we do now. We just switch input and output. So this is going to be 0. This is 23. We push the key button, the plus button once again, and again it's 127 and 114. Push plus again, and we're going to switch 255 to 208. So we inverted the red channel. We are going to hit option 4 to jump to the green one, plus, and we're going to change 0 to 10, plus again, it's 127, 105, plus again, it's 255 and 199. And we are going to hit option 5 for the blue channel, hit plus, and it's 0.12 plus again. And we are going to switch 127 to 95, hit plus again, and it's 255, 175. All right, so this is the grade and this is the degrade. And if we toggle both on and off, you can see that the image doesn't change, just the type, but that's all right. And now we can actually move this grade. So first thing is you can, of course, save it as a preset, right? Here, save curve preset, but you could also just drag it over. And the thing you see is that it is a starting point. It's a starting point to create this grade, and there's different steps that you can do now from here. So it's not always the case that it matches the image right away, but we're getting there. We're going to put this to color mode to only affect the colors. That's the first step in this case. And then we are going to duplicate this one and put it to normal. You can see that we are getting closer already. It depends and it varies from image to image. I want to reduce the amount of the color now to opacity of 75. And I think we are already pretty close. The thing that I would like to do now is to check the luminosity values of the source image and compare them to the luminosity values of our image on the left side. So therefore, you can use my help layers that you can also download in the video description and check the luminosity with this layer and do the same here. So I've created those two check layers, which is basically solid color layer, neutral gray, and put to color mode. And for the color check, it's put to luminosity mode that displays the color values. All right, so luminosity wise, we can compare those now. And I have a feeling that the left image has deeper shadows and a little more bright highlights. And therefore, we can now create a new curve and lighten the bottom part a bit. Let's try it this way to move the darks up a bit and maybe take down the bright lights a bit like so and make it a little more even. Yes, more like it. And now let's check the color. And let's see if there's something that we want to adjust. So of course the sky is a little more blue, but that's okay. I think we are fine like so. So we can deactivate those color layer. So this is what it did. It muted the strong light and shadow situation a bit. I guess we have there's one thing that I would like to adjust. This is creating a new copy of the background layer and having a shadow highlight adjustment and tone down her face a bit. Like so. You hit option and the mask button to create a black mask. Use white color and brush in the adjustment a bit so that we can take down the strong light on her arm and on her face to have a more pleasing appearance for this kind of image. Okay, I think now we have the same look and feel. If we compare that, matches very much better to this image, and we can make a group out of it, call it grade 1. We can delete those help layers and go to the next image. All right, that's this one. Let's pick the eyedropper tool and go for the darkest and the lightest spots again. Use the curves layer and threshold layer, threshold all the way to the left. Move up until you see the dark clusters. And in this case, I want to take a point here in the shadows of her hair and zoom out again. And well, the white point is pretty obvious. It's the shoes, so we can just throw in a point here. Remove the threshold, unfold this, take the black point, hit it, use the white point, hit it. And now it looks already nice and degraded. Let's play a little with the neutral point. Yeah, I think that one's pretty nice. Okay, we're gonna go for that one, call it degrade. Duplicate that, call this grade 2. And we're going to invert the numbers. Hit plus, and this is gonna be 0, 21, hit plus, 127, 140, hit plus, 255, 243. Go to the green channel, hit plus, it's 0 and 2, hit plus, 127, 120, hit plus, 255, 236. Hit option 5 for the blue channel, hit plus, it's 0 and 4, 127, 102, and one last one, 255 to 17. All right, looks good. We're gonna move it over to our image on the left side, deactivate grade 1, and we are checking if we are getting closer. So it's already having this nice warmth to it. I want to set that to color again, to only tackle the colors first, duplicate it and put it to the normal mode. And now it's a little too much, so let's try 50%. Yeah. Let's take out the adjustment for the skin for a second. Let's see if it does something good. I'll leave it off for the moment. And I feel that we are already pretty close. What I would like to do is to use another sky on this one. And let's remove that one. I think we don't need it in this version. I want to show you a feature that allows us to switch the sky pretty easily. It has been a major thing replacing skies, especially in images like that with a lot of heavy masking that would have been necessary. But there's a feature now that makes it really easy. So it's edit sky replacement. And what it does, well, it's just magic, you see. It just replaces the sky. And now we can adjust the scale, the temperature, and I want to scale it up to frame the head more nicely with a cloud. Maybe even a little bigger so that we have more sky there. And a little cloud going on, and I want to cool it off a bit to go more into the direction of our desired image on the right side. like so. And now I would like to show you that we have a sky mask now in this group where we can clip new adjustments to, for instance, a selective color adjustment, and hit the Option key to clip this one also here. And I want to take out a little cyan of this so that we go more in the reddish direction as we have on the right side. Let's see what it does. Maybe a bit too much, maybe it's more -5, like so, yes. And if we compare that now, well, we could possibly throw in a hue saturation layer and use this color picker here and tackle the tree a bit. So it's going to be the yellows, and I want to take down the yellows a bit to be not as warm, maybe like so. And if we put that to a group now, call it grade 2, you can see that we came from here, actually without that sky, and we came pretty close. What do you think? All right, so let's review one more time. This is the grade that we took from this image. And this is the grade that we took from this image. Well, I think that's a quite handy way. I know it's about hitting the numbers, and it can be a bit of a thing that you have to get used to in the beginning. But by doing so, in comparison to the auto color mode that Photoshop offers, it gives you much more flexibility and much more control over how to apply those grades to your image. And always remember, this is only a starting point. Degrading an image, it doesn't always work. It's a great way to check out how an image of a publication might have been graded. And it's a fun way to play step by step and have this approach, at least for me it is, I hope you can share that love, to make your way to the grade that you desire, that you found somewhere, that you have been inspired by. So thank you very much for watching. There's one thing that I wanted to point out. If you want to check out those editorials and covers and whatever you can find on models.com, make sure that you have a free account, because without an account, I believe you cannot access the library. So you can sign up for free and browse the different libraries. But if you do want to put your own work there, you do have to apply for a creator account. And that comes only when you have got some published work that has been published on the platform already. And you have to have the confirmation and the links from the other artists that are involved in that project. So keep that in mind. That being said, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your question, Theresa, again. And I see you in the next video. I hope you found some value. I hope you learned something. And I'm very much looking forward to your comments and to your feedback on this video. So take care. See you in the next one. My name is Jan, signing out. Peace.